You sit back and you reflect on how each journey was different. I used to ride a bike to work whenever I was at ASU. And one day I left the garage open and my bike got stolen. So that's why Sauphia had to start driving me into work. We had one vehicle that was working, and she'd load all the boys, and we'd drive at 5 in the morning to the office. I was really, really selfish early in my career, and I think Sauphia knew my dreams and aspirations, but they were probably strictly my dreams and aspirations, and she was like so on board for me to chase them.
Spanning 4 time zones and 7 zip codes, Dan Lanning's coaching career has taken him to every corner of the country. And with him since day one, his wife, Sauphia.
I always say I'm a head coach at the school, but Sauphia's the head coach at home.
The two were married in 2009, with Dan getting his first college coaching job as a grad assistant in 2011. By 2013, their family had grown by 3 boys.
The early years were really difficult because Daniel was always out at the office. He was really having to prove himself. I would be really exhausted taking care of babies at the time, and he would say, you know, Sauphia, we're gonna make it.
Come on.
Come on, Cuddlebuck.
One more step. One more.
Sauphia never complained, was never frustrated about what somebody else had that we didn't have, and that made it work.
After winning a national championship as a grad assistant at Alabama, Lanning was hired as linebackers coach at Memphis.
Come get some, Kurt!
Under then head coach Mike Norvell.
Nice.
You talk about being in the right place at the right time. Memphis was the first time we were making, real money. But we also finally have insurance for our family.
May of 2016, I started to feel a little bit of discomfort in my knee. It just progressively got worse to the point where it was unbearable.
Doctors found a tumor in Sauphia's right knee. The diagnosis? Osteosarcoma, bone cancer.
I really was just kind of in shock, and it was a scary thing even telling my husband.
I was at a coaching retreat, and Sauphia called me and said she has cancer. And nothing really prepares you for that. We came home really grateful for Coach Norvell in that situation. I felt like I wanted to be at work, maybe pull my mind away, and he wouldn't let me.
To know the scale of what was in front of them, just wanted him to know that he wasn't alone, and Sauphia wasn't alone.
I just kept trying to envision what my life and our kids' life looked like without Sauphia, and just knew that wasn't an option for us. It made you grow in your faith. You're on your knees every night praying.
Sauphia had to complete 3 months of chemotherapy to shrink the tumor before surgery.
She was a fighter from day one. There were days that were not great. They were really hard. I felt like it was always my job to try to put a smile on her face.
I'd sat in a wheelchair, and he would push me around the hospital, and he would sing to me.
I brought the boys up to do magic tricks.
And I'm going to make it get filled up.
We'd make sure we had time to spend with her.
I was so sick. I was skinny, I was bald, and he never looked at me like I looked like anything other than Sauphia. He just looked at me with these same eyes, the same adoration, and I just get emotional thinking about that.
The tumor was successfully removed, and an internal prosthetic replaced the bone she lost. And after 6 more months of chemotherapy,
May of 2017 is when I rang my bell, and I just remember it being such a special day.
I remember, celebrating that with the coaching staff that we're really close with for that last treatment.
That was one of the most joyful moments because you knew all that was given. And then just the love that surrounded them within that community, within our staff, it was really just a special moment.
there have been more special moments. At Georgia, as defensive coordinator, Dan earned another national title. At Oregon, he oversees it all. But he says Memphis made him the coach he is today. One who knows it's not the journey or the destination that matters, it's the company.
I realized that I'm not going to be able to teach players how to be great fathers and husbands if I can't be a great example for them.
Hi, Dad.
And probably up to that point, I wasn't. The minute you realize that you're about to lose something a lot more important than football, it changed my focus. And that was a moment that reset my life where family came first.